Let me backtrack. We have frozen semen in here of dogs that have been dead for over a year. The oldest I've heard of a dog being dead, and they did a breeding with the dog semen, I think it's like 29 years old. The dog's been dead for 29 years old.
I got you right now. So we can go. What's going on, bully fam?
Alright guys, we're shooting a bunch of content while Wilson from the Exotic Network is here. So we just figured we'd bring you guys with us. These are sentimental to me because liquid nitrogen, right? So you see that smoke coming out. Actually, I should put gloves on. This is a ruler, right? So basically liquid nitrogen, like when storing frozen semen, it's in dog breeding, you really have no insurance policy. You know what I'm saying? Like you really don't. Like there's nothing. Make sure you do not get liquid nitrogen on your hands. There's really no like insurance policy that's out there that you can get that will assure you that your dogs won't die, won't pass away, so on and so forth. Like there's no such thing, you know? We're talking about living organisms, we're talking about lives. We're talking about livestock to a degree, you know? Let me backtrack. We have frozen semen in here of dogs that have been dead for over a year. The oldest I've heard of a dog being dead, and they did a breeding with the dog semen, I think it's like 29 years old. The dog's been dead for 29 years old. So anyway, we have our main tank here. This stays here. We're gonna take our extra tank. So this is the tank that I use to go fill up. So that's what we're gonna do right now.
All right,
We're gonna go fill up. So yeah, so you could get liquid nitrogen. Like you don't have to be a vet. You don't have to be like, these tanks run off of liquid nitrogen, so they don't use like electricity or anything like that. So you have to always keep them full. So my big tank over there, I usually have to like fill these up, like refill it every like 2 months. Right now we could put this anywhere. It's empty. It's empty right now. Put it right here for now. So anyway, yeah, let's head out and fill that tank. We're gonna head over to the Tri-Weld or whatever it's called. Like basically this place, like they specialize in like welding and all that kind of stuff. Cause some people buy liquid nitrogen. I don't even know if you know this. Like they buy it for like ice cream and stuff. They want to like make their own ice cream and stuff.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it turns it into instant like
yeah,
liquid nitrogen. Is like,
well, yeah, no,
it's like super freezing. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You can buy it, you know, like you just gotta find the right places to buy it, you know? So I called around a few places and this is the one place that I could get it from. So that's where we headed to right now. Usually like this is how it actually works, believe it or not. Like damn near almost every time. Because it's right by where my barber's at, we literally drop off the tank, get my haircut, and then when we come back from getting the haircut, the tank's already full, and I just head back. Like that's usually
so it's a twofer.
yeah, so that's what we're gonna go do. So we're gonna fill up this tank. The scariest thing though is like, if you don't stay on top of it, just imagine like you have a dog that's been dead for like 5-10 years. You plan on breeding to the dog, and the next thing you know, it's like you forgot to fill your tank.
So how long does it take to like run out?
Like every 2 months. Every 2 months it runs out. Yeah.
So when do you get to that point? Like, do you go like what?
So that's why we
use
use that measuring stick. That measuring stick tells us where it's at and how fast it's evaporating. So every so often you just need to really check it and be mindful, because if you don't, what can happen, it'll evaporate, right? So that's the cool thing. Like the tank, like even if we had, what is it called, an EMP, like an EMP,
EMP blast,
yeah, EMP blast, or a nuclear warfare or anything like that, at least it's good to know my dog's sperm will still be good. I can still breed them, you know, after World War III is over, you know,
pop it back in.
As long as I can still get liquid nitrogen, I'll be all right, you know. I can still breed my dogs like that have been dead. What I like to learn about and what I'd like to know next is like how they preserve the eggs for the females, because that's something that's not as big in the dog breeding industry. State-of-the-art facilities can do it basically, because that's how they do it when it comes to cloning. Cloning is like what, like maybe like 50K, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
It's like 50K to freeze semen. Like to go to a vet clinic, it's probably gonna run you anywhere between, I would say, $500 to like $1,000.
It's nothing crazy.
It's not a whole lot. And then you just pay an annual fee on the frozen, so it's like $100 a year or something like that.
That's pretty.
You know, I find the people who do freezing, like who freeze semen, not that people that actually do the service, but the people who freeze semen off of their dogs, is like people who genuinely care about the bloodline that they're using. They're not just breeding to the hottest studs, like what's hot now. They're thinking about, yo, I may want to use this dog years later. Usually the people who are in it for the right reasons are the people who are freezing. The people who are just breeding to what's hot now, they don't care about freezing, because they know that, you know, hey, this dog's just hot now, but later it's gonna change, so why do I care to preserve this? You know what I'm saying? Where somebody who cares about the bloodline that they have, like to me, I care
Yeah.
It's like, yo, like that puppy in the yard. You see how I look at him sometimes? 'Cause I'm like, yo, like I have his great grandfather, like, well, yeah, great grandfather on one side. Like Crossbones is Wishbone's grandfather. So it's like you have Crossbones, Wishbone's father, which is Supreme. Then you have Wishbone. Then you have him. It's like there's generations of the dogs that like Crossbones in that dog. That, like, it's generations. You know what I'm saying? Like that to me, like it matters. This is work that has been put in over time. But anyway, so we'll tap in with you guys when we get over to to the facility to drop off the tank. All right, guys. So as you can see, we're gonna go ahead and drop it off real quick to that big old cylinder over there. It says liquid nitrogen, and they're gonna go ahead and fill it up for us. All right. So let me drop this off real quick. So we on our way now. We gotta run back to the house real quick. I gotta do I think a test for one of my people's dogs. As you saw, is that what you were expecting to see, or like what you think?
Man, I was like, cause over there in Cali, you can get at the grocery store.
Liquid nitrogen?
Yeah.
No, that's not how you get liquid nitrogen. You
can get liquid nitrogen at Link Up.
What? And like what? They fill it up in like how they the same thing?
Styrofoam fucking box.
No, that's dry ice.
Don't listen to Wilson, guys. Your sperm gonna be dead, bro.
Your sperm gonna be dead. We're finally back. We got the cork inside of it, so it protects it. So we're gonna go ahead and pick this thing up, and we're gonna bring it right to the back. Yeah, you don't want to get this on your hands, guys. You ever, Wilson, you ever seen Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat? Probably something like that. But anyway, so yeah, so you want some gloves, you want some face protection. We have our funnel, and now we're gonna go ahead and dump the contents of this that we picked up from the liquid nitrogen place, and we're going to dump it into our tank. So I have a notebook, literally I have a notebook that tells me what straws are in here. So I have a certain amount of straws and a certain amount of dogs in each one. Different dogs, all kinds of different dogs. So when I lift this up, like you can see, like already the smoke, look at all that. I broke a cardinal sin. I'm gonna tell you why, right? Because in this tank here, usually every time I leave the nitrogen place, I always just check to make sure, that it's good. But look at that, there's a lot of smoke coming out. We're gonna fill this tank up now. So the last thing we need actually is our liquid nitrogen measuring stick. We want to get this, a full tank is about 50. So we'll see where we get this today. This is just a funnel. Yeah, you know how much I paid for this thing, bro? How much you think? $300, bro.
$300?
That don't seem right. All right, here we go. Alrighty, so we are ready. You know what? I'm not even gonna go into detail with the funnel. It's a special funnel. Yeah, it's super cold. So it's like, this is super cold to the touch. What I'll do every so often after filling, but all I do is take my ruler, stick it in, just watch your fingers, and then pull right back out. And you see right now, it looks like it's at like 30. We could go all the way up to 50. So we're gonna kick it up a notch right now and put more into the tank, because we probably got a lot of space left. Whoa. We're at 38 now. So you see how much we've added on? So we overfilled a little bit. Have two options. I can try to put it back in here, but I probably won't do that. Just looking for the other cork. Oh, here we go. I'll probably just empty out the contents. Because to put it back in here is a pain in the neck. A little bit of it to pour out.
NASA saw this, I don't think they did.
All right, so first thing is I have a kit, so I have these little padlocks. I just throw these on just in case they ever come in here so they don't open up the tanks. Secondly, something else I want to show you guys is like, just so you can see what they look like, all right? I'm gonna pull one of these drawers out so you can see one of the goblets. This is what they look like. Each one could hold, let me get one that actually has straws in it. So yeah. So somebody would say, well, why are you taking that out? Aren't you worried something's gonna happen? No, I'm gonna tell you why. Remember, locks, put locks on. This is negative something degrees. The reason why I'm not worried is because you know how, it would take a hot minute for it to go from negative 38 degrees or 37 degrees to the temperature that we're at right now and start, becoming alive again. We're just locking up both of these real quick, and that's essentially it. We're good for another couple months. even if you're paying a vet to store the semen for you, like somebody's doing this. Like whether they have people that come and fill the tanks for them, or whether they have someone that works there that gets the tanks filled for them, like someone's doing it. Let's put it that way. So that's pretty much it. These tanks can go here now. And as we said, once the semen goes in the tank, time stops. So it's like time is sitting still now in that. Every time I look at it, I think of, you know, the dogs that have died that are still in there, that live on through that tank that I can breed to later down the road. RIP, my son double cross. We're gonna move on to the next thing. So I just figured we'd just bring you guys with us today. See what you guys think. What do you guys think of this? You think I'm crazy, or what do you guys think? Let me know. Drop a comment down below.